Well, hello Facebook friends, this is Steve Speheger and showing you around my project for the week. I'm coming to you live from Bartlesville, Oklahoma, the campus of Oklahoma Wesleyan University, and we're in the process of putting in a small TV studio for the purpose of the president, Dr. Piper, to be able to do live television inserts for Fox News and the Blaze Network and some of the other outlets. He's become quite the spokesman for Christian as it relates to society today. He's written a book and has delivered some speeches on the topic of this is a university, not a daycare, as he is looking at political correctness from the Christian education perspective. So we're walking around the existing facility here right now. There's more here than I expected to be able to start with. Here is an announce booth in here that they have created. There's a small room with a green screen studio, but we are installing the Blackmagic studio camera, one of them with a teleprompter on it, and we're installing a interface for Skype, so that the professor, the president of the university, can do the inserts for the news channels by means of Skype rather than by satellite uplink. So we're in the process of unboxing equipment and started to put it together here bit by bit. Quite a bit of work yet to go, and no pressure, but they are saying that they want to try to do a live shot on Fox News channel on Friday afternoon. So we've got a bit of work to do before then in order to be able to get this project done. But we're in the equipment unboxing stages right now, and we'll give you a progress report as things continue on. Probably do one, let you see how far we've gotten today before we go home, and then tomorrow will be the big day, trying to get all the equipment to work, getting it all put together. So as we look around the facility, and it's quite a mess here right now, but we're optimistic that we'll be able to get the rest of the equipment incorporated and ready to do the work that's necessary. They have a NewTek TriCaster here already, which is going to provide the basis, the video switcher, for the basis of all of this. But we just need to incorporate the new camera and the interface box for Skype in order to get this to work. All right, doing my little live shot here this morning. Okay. This is Evan.
Good morning, everybody.
Professor Evan, our
yeah.
great assistant here on this project, and good morning from the beautiful campus of Oklahoma Wesleyan University in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Day 2 of the project. I'll switch the camera over to view here, and you can see we've got a lot done, but we've got a lot to do yet. A lot of empty boxes and so forth here. We did some preliminary tests last night with the camera into the TriCaster on the green screen, and we're pretty happy with the results. We've got to put a couple more lights up here today. Here's the arrangement with the Blackmagic camera, a little tiny lens that goes on the front of that there into the teleprompter. Teleprompter we're not going to use mostly as a teleprompter, but for the live shots on Fox News channel that Dr. Piper will be doing, he'll be able to look in here, and instead of seeing something to read, he will be able to see the backfeed video from Fox News or wherever the live update is going to, and that way he'll be able to look directly into the camera and converse with the person who is interviewing him. We're working on changing our tripod out. We've got the dolly for the tripod. We had one here that was already equipped with power and various other things on the bottom, and this other dolly that came with the tripod, although very functional, it was part of a set. But if we can mount the thing on the larger dolly, we'll be able to take advantage of those various power outlets and other umbilical cables that were already attached to that for previous use. Ran into a couple of problems yesterday. Evan helped me to fix those. It turns out the interface on the mounting interface on the prompter would not fit the base on the tripod, and so we had to engineer a little bit of thing. The screw holes were different sizes and whatever, but we did get the thing attached, and it seems to be fairly secure and working well there. The company that is supplying the cable and the connectors, you can see some of the cable unwrapped there on the floor, got the cable and the connectors, but they sent us the wrong tool, or did not send us the wire stripper, which is pretty important for that particular function. So therefore, we are waiting. They are going to overnight that to us, and so making up the cables is going to have to wait for just a little bit, hopefully until that wire stripper gets here. Here on the TriCaster, we made a special project here calling it News Inserts. So I'm going to fire that up here this morning and get that ready to go. And control panel lighting up here, but we still have some wiring to do. We've got some extra monitors here that I think will come in useful. I'm still kind of thinking in the back how we're going to get audio, mix-minus audio, just from the remote site back out to Dr. Piper in the studio, so he can hear the interviewer without having his own audio fed back to him. We found on the internet some nice focus pictures of the campus. Let's see here if I can go over. They are, there's a day view. You can kind of see how pretty this campus is. There's a night view, a different portion, and another day view of the campus. And so those are things that we're going to use on the green screen background behind Dr. Piper as we're setting up to do the interviews. Still technically scheduled to do one tomorrow. Afternoon or evening. We're not sure if it's going to be on one of the news shows or a new program that's going on with Tucker Carlson, but apparently they want Dr. Piper on there, so we're scrambling around to get everything to set up and functional and tested today so that we can test with them tomorrow sometime. But again, we don't even know exactly when this shot is going to be, but they kind of encouraged us to be ready, so we're going to try. Yet to do today, we've got to get video back out to the monitor on the prompter, and we've got to I got an audio cable the other day. I had to go out to Radio Shack last night and buy a XLR cable and a few other things, bumper or joining type connectors and some other things that we always had in great number out at the TV station, never had to worry about. But here in a fairly new installation, not all of that surplus material is standing around. So we got to get that hooked up, and then we will just start testing things out. The talk show box, which is the thing that is the Skype interconnection that we'll be using, is a special dedicated unit from a company called NewTek. It's called Talk Show. And there's a little monitor right there on the front that you can monitor the incoming video, but basically it allows professional video and audio inputs and outputs to go directly into Skype. You know, you can do Skype on a phone or cell phone or laptop computer or a tablet or whatever, but this provides us with the professional inputs and outputs, and it can process the video and limit the audio and do a bunch of other things to take what might be a less than optimum signal coming in and kind of doctor it up for the purposes of making it look more professional. Lighting console here. Studio is quite small, but it's very functional, and they had a very large green screen wall already produced back here, already installed. I found out, interestingly enough, when you splash enough light in the studio, even in the foreground, enough of it bounces off the green that it kind of gives the whole room a little bit of a green cast. The camera can see it. You can't really see it yourself, but that's something we're going to have to kind of deal with as well. So, well, good morning, Facebook friends. Live from the studios of Oklahoma Wesleyan University in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Beautiful campus, by the way. This is kind of a follow-up report on the project that we're doing here that will allow the university president, Dr. Everett Piper, to do live inserts with Fox News and The Blaze and various other outlets, since he has become quite the sought-after speaker or commentator with regard to Christianity and the current culture, political climate, etc. So I'm going to switch the camera around and show you where we are today. As we go around this rather small but very efficient studio, we see his position as he would be seated here. The teleprompter will be showing him not what to say, but rather will be showing him the image of Brett Baer or whoever is going to interview him. By the way, there is a shot scheduled for tonight, this afternoon, between, well, depending this afternoon or tonight, depending on your time zone. The Fox News channel between 6 and 6:30 this evening will feature, Lord willing, an insert from this studio here as I believe it'll be Brett Baer interviews Dr. Piper from this position. So we've been scrambling around. We've got a new high-speed internet connection that's turned on this morning. We're going to be checking that out. We'll be running a test with Fox News Channel later today to verify the quality that they want from this particular studio. Most of their inserts are done by satellite, which is very expensive and very difficult to and time-consuming to set up, whereas this will be quite simple and it will be easily done, and it will be at no cost whatsoever other than the initial cost of the equipment. So, view from the camera position back here of the setting and the scenery. We'll have a night scene background of Oklahoma Wesleyan University on the chroma key screen behind him to give some regional context to all of this. A lot of stuff to clean up yet. As you can see, we'll run into the control room real quickly here. We did yesterday conduct a successful test with the talk show box from NewTek, the Skype interconnection here, this particular unit there, right above the rack mounting for the TriCaster video switcher. It'll be used in conjunction with that. Wait till the camera adjusts there. The screen for the talk show Skype box from NewTek looks like this. When it's activated, it will show you both the incoming and the outcoming video, and there are various menus that you can open up here that allow you to apply processing to the video and the audio in case the color balance is a little bit off or whatever. So it's basically Skype on steroids. It is the basic Skype unit, but with professional inputs and outputs on both ends. I understand Fox News Channel also has one of these units on their end, so they can talk to each other with maximum quality. Here's the screen for the TriCaster. I had two monitors working yesterday, and this morning it seemed like only one of them wanted to fire up. So there's a few little last-minute things that we've got to accommodate here, although we could function directly just from this particular input. Program and preview, as well as waveform monitors and scopes there. You'll see the table right there that's been keyed out from the background, and a very bad key right there because we don't have the all the lights on in the studio, and we haven't set up the parameters on the key necessarily. But you can see through the microphone sitting on the table in the studio, and you can see it even picking up my voice here on the TriCaster as well. So, control panel for the TriCaster. They had a phone put in here yesterday in case we need to communicate with the folks at Fox News, although with the this headset here, we can, by a push-to-talk talkback button there in the lower corner, we can actually interrupt the flow, and we can talk from the control room back and forth between the studio that's picking up the signal there. Lighting control board, you saw that yesterday, and that's pretty much it. If you watched yesterday's broadcast, you will know that there's quite a bit of progress that we have made. I've still got to get audio hooked up to these speakers in here yet. We also have audio that's coming back into the prompter monitor here by means of HDMI, and we plugged a headphone thing into there, trailed that across the floor, the little curly Q thing there, to just an inexpensive pair of earbuds here that, where are they? There we are, get them in the picture, where Dr. Piper can wear one of those at least and be able to hear the questions back to him without having to put his voice back on a speaker here and possibly create feedback. So we've got the thing pretty well set up and ready to go. Quite a bit of cleanup here yet to do, make it look presentable in here. And the test we're hoping to run around 1 o'clock Eastern Time, noon Central Time with Fox to just verify all the connections and everything. We put in a higher speed internet connection this morning, which I haven't yet tested, so I better get off the line here and do that. I do thank you for watching this morning, and this may be the final report, although we may do one during or after the live insert tonight on Fox News Channel. So, exciting times, a fun project, just about ready to draw to a conclusion. So, thank you for watching, and thank you for all the comments on the previous little broadcasts that we've done. This is a really fascinating way to kind of share with you what's going on here for those of you who may be interested. So, Have a great day. I'll find the finish button up here and push it, and we'll talk to you later.